be together. This Christmas the fireside is blazing bright. We're caroling through the night, and this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. Presents and cards are here. My world is filled with cheer and you. This Christmas, and as I look around, your eyes outshine the town they do.
They say that Christmas is the most wonderful time of the year. And although that may be true, it can also be one of the most lonely, especially when you're single, and especially this year. But the good news is that just because you're single doesn't mean that you're alone, not when you have Jesus. So, I wrote a little something to encourage you and remind you of just that. So sit back and relax as we present to you Single But Never Alone this Christmas. Enjoy.
Hang on the mistletoe, hang on this Christmas.
Alexa, turn it down. Boy, I tell you, ain't nothing like a Donny Hathaway this Christmas to get you in that Christmas spirit. Trust me, I may seem cheery now, but I wasn't always. This is me now, but this was me last week.
Although we've come to the end of the road, still I can't let go. It's unnatural. You belong to me, I belong to you. Oh, it's over. It's the end. It's the end. Ah, it's the end. It's the end. It's the end.
Yeah, that was rough. You see, I was down because it's Christmas and I'm still in the house because of the pandemic, and I'm single again. I guess being alone at this time is kind of hard because, you see all the happy couples and the family and things, and it's just, But, you gotta be careful not to let your mind go to those dark places because it definitely will, and that's exactly where I was last week. Until I got the great idea to call my boy Kenny. You see, me and Kenny, we're going through the same thing right now. Him and his girl just broke up. But my man Kenny, he can always see the bright side of the situation.
Ain't no bright side. Ain't no bright side. She gone. She gone. And I just was about to make my last payment on that cubic zirconia ring I bought for her for Christmas. It's gone. It's not right. Why? Why? Why?
Note to self, don't ever call Kenny after a breakup. I guess my go-to guy was doing worse than I was. So you know what I said to myself? Let me put on a little music and get my groove on. Come on, right there.
You stood right beside me.
No, I won't. And I really love you. Woo! Man, I tell you, that song brings back some memories. I remember dancing to this song with Joy Ellis at Senior Prom. Mm, mm, mm.
Dance, if you even want to call it that. He stepped on my foot trying to do the running man, and I spent the rest of my prom night in the ER with a broken toe.
Okay, Joy. I thought we moved past that. I said I was sorry.
Sorry? Tell that to my broken toe.
Anyway, but even dancing didn't help. But I know it would have helped me in the past. Yeah, man. I ain't want to go back down this road again. But when you lonely and you don't know what to do with your feelings, you do get tempted. But God saved me. You see, I'm a Christian. But let's be honest. When you don't know what to do with your feelings, I mean, I don't know. But finally, I realized who I should have been calling on from the beginning. God. And I prayed. And let me tell you, not even 5 minutes later, my phone rang. And it was Deacon Melvin from the church.
Well, I know this time of year is tough for a lot of people, especially with the pandemic. I also know that the holidays can be especially lonely when you're single. And that's exactly how Roosevelt was feeling, alone. Oh, it's understandable. When you don't have anyone there in the house with you or that special someone you love to talk to, it can be tough. But I reminded Roosevelt that just because he was single, it didn't mean that he was alone. God is with him. He said he would never leave him nor forsake him. Sure, sometimes we long for that one-on-one human connection. That's why he's placed friends and family around us that we can turn to during those times when those feelings of loneliness start to creep in. If we search hard enough, I bet we'd find that each one of us has at least one person that we can open up to and lean on when we need that extra encouragement. Whether it be a best friend, family member, pastor, a deacon, or a spouse. God has placed someone in our lives to help us through. And if he hasn't yet placed them in your life, well, ask him, and he'll send that person to encourage you.
You see, Deacon Melvin, he told me to cast my cares on God. Tell him how I feel. Tell him what I'm going through. Because you know what? God cares. And he listens. He also helped me realize that being single isn't the worst thing in life. It's how do you put it? An incubation period. And instead of me fighting this singleness, I should embrace it. Because this is a time where I can really spend focusing more on the things of God.
Exactly. Because when the time is right, if it's your heart's desire, he'll send that special someone too. But first, he's got to make sure you're ready to handle it. And sometimes that means having to wait. Father knows best. And even more than that, he knows you better than even you know you. He knows you inside out. So trust that he's working it out. Every single detail, all of it, for your good. He loves you that much.
I remember that God has a plan for my life, an actual plan for my life, and it's a good one. And because I love him, he's gonna work everything out for the good. And even though I might not see it right now or even feel it right now, it's gonna turn out okay. And I might not understand all the tough things, or I might not understand everything that's going on, but he's gonna work it out. Now tell me, who wouldn't want to serve a God like that? So my advice to you, don't listen to friends like Kenny. But when you need somebody to lean on, listen to someone who's gonna tell you what the word says and not what the world says.
That's right. The world will tell you that you're alone and that nobody cares, and to numb your loneliness with things that aren't good for you. But the word tells you that you are an overcomer, that you are fearfully and wonderfully made, and that you are never alone.
Amen, Deacon Melvin. Whew, that's a good word. So remember, being single does not mean alone. Because the reality is, you're never alone when you have Jesus.
So remember, single, married, divorced, whatever, child of God, you are never alone. Merry Christmas.
And this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me, yeah. Merry Christmas. Shake a hand now. Wish your brother Merry Christmas.